Hello, welcome to EPG Pathshala. Today we are discussing module 36, spoken tutorials. There are different kinds of learners in this world, different kinds of learning methods that are available. Some of us learn by listening to content. Some of us need to see the content for us to understand and learn. Some of us actually have to do with our hands and do it. Some of us have to have a logic behind what we are learning in order for us to grasp the content. These are few of the different learning types. So, depending on these different kinds of learning types, I am sure there are different kinds of learning methods. Learning wherein if you are shown only visuals would be very useful for somebody who is a visual learner. Somebody who listens to an audio of the content would be very happy to learn that way. Somebody who has to do things with his hands will need actual experiments or actual demonstration which can help that child to learn. There are some who, for us, it has to be very clear in our logic. We have to have, our reasoning should be cleared in order for us to understand. So, if we are able to combine any of these methods of teaching and learning, that becomes a very effective means of learning. Suppose you have a learner who can see and learn at the same time. That means there is animation, there is narration at the same time. That becomes a very effective tool for both learners. Learners who are auditory learners who learn by listening, as well as learners who are visual learners who learn by seeing and visualizing things. So, when you can combine these two kinds of learning method, it becomes a very effective tool to handle different kinds of learners. One such type of learning takes place using spoken tutorial. Now, what is the spoken tutorial that we are talking about? Spoken tutorial is an initiative of Talk to the Teacher project by the National Commission on Education by ICT, which was developed by the Human Resource Development Government of India. Dr. Kannan Moudgalya of IIT Mumbai is a pioneer behind the spoken tutorials in India. Spoken tutorials refer to explaining a computer-based activity along with the live demonstration of it in parallel with a running commentary. Running commentary can be in any language. One of the ways of including the commentary is by using a recording or a screencast called Cam Studio. A spoken tutorial teaches any computer-based activity with a screencast and a narration. The screencasting software easily captures all the activities that are going on the screen. Together with the recorded narrative, the tutorial can be played back as a movie. Screencast software makes a movie of the entire activity, that is, the narration as well as the screencast are combined together to flow like a movie. It takes care of both the spoken part as well as the screen activity. This movie becomes a spoken tutorial. The running commentary can be in any language like we said. It could be English, Hindi, Oriya, Bangla, Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, Marathi or any foreign language also. After being made in one language, a tutorial can easily be dubbed in other languages. Each of these tutorials, whether the original or dubbed, have to go through a review procedure. Domain experts review the tutorial for accuracy. Following the review and its correctness, the tutorial is uploaded to the public domain. So, basically when we look at it, spoken tutorial makes use of a screencast along with the narration and the method to be used for teaching and also includes a text for additional information. So, if I look at it, I will say a spoken tutorial is a screencast plus audio plus the pedagogy plus the text part. Spoken tutorial is recording of an actual session. As a result, it can capture every aspect required to explain an activity. This completeness combined with an accompanying audio-visual tutorial makes this spoken tutorial the best way to document and to explain any software or any computer-based activity. Spoken tutorials are very easy to create and they require very less storage space. One recorded CD can hold up to 10 hours of spoken tutorial. Spoken tutorials are equally useful for learners as well as for job seekers, because there is a huge demand for people who can help create these spoken tutorials. Spoken tutorials can be created by public, that is by students of the colleges, schools, working professionals, housewives, retired or unemployed people. Spoken tutorial can be used to bridge the digital divide, as the original content can be recorded in any language and also can be dubbed in any language. It also helps in digital literacy, wherein more and more people can come close to the technology and its facilities available. Let us look at how to make a spoken tutorial. A spoken tutorial, like we said, is an audiovisual tutorial which explains an activity performed on the computer. An expert explains the working of the software whereby they demonstrate it on the screen along with the running commentary. A screencast software makes a movie in the entire activity, both the screen and the spoken part. Imagine the work involved in taking screenshots and using them to create PDF document. The size of the video created is of the order of 1 MB per minute for 800 by 600 screen size in normal resolution. File size need to be small for transmission through low bandwidth and also pack large number of tutorials on a CD meant for countrywide distribution. Spoken tutorials have been using this methodology to create a series of spoken tutorials in open software families such as LaTeX, Scilab, JNU, Linus, Orca and Python. They selected the duration of a typical spoken tutorial to be about 10 minutes long. Although only a small topic can be covered in 10 minutes, by stringing them together, one can come up with a study plan that is capable of teaching advanced topics as well. The process of making a tutorial involves the creation of a script. Then using a recording software like CamStudio, which is screen recording software, it records all the activities that are on the screen and allows you to play them back later. CamStudio can be used with Microsoft Windows 95, 98, NT or XP versions. All we need is a 400 MHz processor, a 64 MB of RAM and a 4 MB of hard disk space for program installation. CamStudio is an open source software and can be downloaded free of cost from the internet. To do this, you could go to the website www.camstudio.org. Again, the website is www.camstudio.org. This will open the CamStudio website. Scroll down and click on the link to download. Follow the instructions and you will have downloaded CamStudio on your personal computer. Once you have installed the CamStudio, double click on the icon to run it. This will open the CamStudio dialog box. You will see the main menu right at the top of the window. Under File, you have the option to record, stop, pause and exit. You will find the corresponding buttons in a dialog box as well. The red button to record, green button to pause, blue button to stop the recording. It lets you record over your screencast like even a PowerPoint presentation and create a spoken tutorial. All the slides at the end can be played like a movie. Now we have seen what is spoken tutorial and how to make one or how to create one. Let's see if there are any advantages and limitations of this spoken tutorial. Advantages first, it's small size, about 1 MB per minute. Tutorials are in small parts or strings and last only about 10 minutes. Many such tutorials can be made in one CD. It's inexpensive. Why is it inexpensive? Because the requirements are only a computer and internet and the tutorial can be downloaded. In order to make the tutorial, it's also inexpensive as the software that we use is free. It's open source software. Another advantage is that it's self-pacing. Today's e-learning and technology-based learning is self-pacing, anytime, anywhere learning. So, spoken tutorial also falls under the same category. They can be used as a self-learning material or a self-study material and the learner can learn about 1 hour matter from one spoken tutorial of about 10 minutes. Spoken tutorial can reduce the digital divide as language does not remain a problem in any part of the country. Wherever you are based, whichever language you speak most comfortably, you can use the language to make your spoken tutorial. The audio part of the spoken tutorial can easily be dubbed in any of the Indian languages that you may like, and where the spoken tutorial will be used can help decide on what language can be dubbed in. Some major Indian languages like Hindi, Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, Punjabi, Tamil, Telugu and Urdu, and also languages with few speakers like Bodo, Nepali and Sanskrit can also be used to record, because it is a dubbed language or a language which is given as a recording. This combination of English video and mother tongue audio helps retain the employment potential high for students who are not fluent in English. This can increase digital literacy. It's very easy to use. It can reach the far corners of India, and technology will not be something to be feared about. Spoken tutorials can be used to bridge the digital divide. For example, one can use it to explain to how to write an email, how to buy tickets online, how to open a bank account. One can explain how to do a web search and locate low-cost agricultural loans. Information about primary health care and first aid can also be given. So, basically any topic that needs wide circulation can be made as a spoken tutorial and distributed or downloaded. It can reduce the time taken to learn a new software or a concept. For instance, in a college curriculum, one typically takes several hours to teach the program software C. In comparison, spoken tutorial needs 20 tutorials about 10 minutes each, adding up to 200 minutes or a little over 3 hours in duration. Of course, it goes without saying that the student has to later practice the programming language to acquire proficiency and enhance the productivity. Now, if you look at a few of the applications in education, how can spoken tutorials be used in education? Spoken tutorials can be used in teaching learning process effectively and on a large scale. Strings of spoken tutorials make a study plan. By stringing together many such study plans, it is possible to teach even complicated matter in a very simple manner. Hence, with the use of simple strings, complex mathematical equations, geometrical constructions, balancing of chemical equations, computation of physics data, English grammar, spoken English can be taught by this method easily and effectively. Spoken tutorials can be provided to students and they can play it like a movie, understand the concepts easily. They can use it to learn, listen, pause, try the software in parallel, rewind, etc. So, whatever basically we can do with the movie CD can be done with a spoken tutorial. Once the content is done, additional exercises can be provided to the students, assignments can be given at the end of the tutorial, and solved assignments can be given at the end of the study plan. Spoken tutorials are very useful for mass education, wherein CDs of the lesson plan can be played to a number of students at the same time. Spoken tutorials are also useful for diverse learners who have different needs, and spoken tutorials can be used by gifted as well as learners who are slow according to their pace and level of understanding and comprehension. This is where it becomes a self-paced, anytime, anywhere learning. Spoken tutorials are useful for learners with different learning styles, like the audiovisual learners, as it combines both the activities on the screen as well as the audio recording. School dropouts and students of distance learning can benefit immensely by the use of these spoken tutorial CDs. They can continue with their study as per their limitation, and geographical barriers are removed in the use of spoken tutorials. Let us sum up what we have done in this module. Spoken tutorial is an initiative by a Talk to a Teacher project by National Commission on Education, which was developed by the Human Resources Ministry of Government of India. Dr. Kannan Madgali and his team in IIT Mumbai are the ones who are responsible for creating the spoken tutorials in India on a wide scale. Spoken tutorials combines a screencast and a narrative which can be played back like a movie. This helps in learners who have difficulty, slow learners as well as learners who are gifted, because it becomes self-paced, anytime, anywhere learning. It helps reduce the digital divide because language can be used, can be any common language or any mother tongue that is used, and also can be dubbed in different languages. It removes geographical barriers because the CDs can be downloaded or the spoken tutorials can be downloaded with the help of the internet and the computer. With all these and the different uses or application in education, spoken tutorial is one of the best ways of teaching and learning for an audiovisual learner and other types of learners. Thank you very much.